y'all. Welcome to Pretty Girl Loves Trap content. This is my review / recap of Power Book 3, Raising Kanan Season 1, Episode 9, Loyal to the End. Y'all, this episode, it was great. So let's get into it, okay? So the episode starts off with Marvin. He's smoking a little cig on top of his shot up car. I'm like, oh, Marvin, he didn't get a new car. Okay. Well, he said he got other things to worry about. Okay. So he's sitting there with a burnt face, and we see a little van pull up and it's little Rob. He driving. So Marvin, he got a little, bag or whatnot, and he goes in the van. So next thing we see Unique, his son, and, a little protection, coming out of the movie theater. Unique is having a little moment with his son. It was good to see, Unique, with a family member, kind of shows the human side of him per se. We don't really see him with a lady friend or anything or any relatives. So it was good to see him with his son, kind of playing daddy or whatnot. And next thing we know, they walk into the car. He's checking the car, making sure it's good. He puts his son in. He told his homeboys or his protection so they can leave. And next thing we see Marvin coming through. Okay, he is just shooting the parking lot up Rambo style, like just guns blazing. But we remember episode 1 or 2. They mentioned that Unique's car was bulletproof. I believe Famous told Kanan that one of those episodes. So when they saw Unique across the street, they was like, yeah, he got a bulletproof car and whatnot. So Unique, he was smart on that. He kind of thinking ahead, you know what I'm saying? Because if that car was not bulletproof, yeah, it would have been a problem, okay? So we see Unique, he's over there, hovering over his child, trying to protect him. And Marvin, he did a whole 360 situation around the car, okay? He meant business. He said, if I got to get a new car, you going to get a new car, okay, fool? We both going to have high insurance rates up in here, okay? So, Marvin, he wasn't playing, you know what I'm saying? He had his little sucker in his mouth. He go ahead and shoot it, and him and Unique lock eyes, so Unique knows, okay, who it was that was shooting his place up. So, they eventually leave. They shoot up their homeboys, they little car, and they kind of come out, start bucking back. And I believe Marvin shot one of them. Not sure about the other. But yeah. So Marvin, they got off, without a little hitch, whatever. And they go back to the abandoned parking lot. And so, little Rob is like, it's a good little situation that we just had or whatever. And Marvin was like, I've been hearing some things, you know what I'm saying? Word on the street is you've been snitching, okay? So Lil Rob, he bitching up. He was like, it was all for you, you know what I'm saying? I'm loyal to you, okay? I was trying to protect you. And Marvin's like, that just ain't good enough. That don't work on me. So, you know what I'm saying? He went and put, one to the face and killed Lil Rob. And I'm like, I told y'all Lil Rob was going to be good as that. He used Lil Rob for what he could and then disposed of him properly, okay? Because Lil Rob was not good for business, okay? And so Marvin, you know what I'm saying? He gets out the van and he torches the van. He had the little lighter and he walked away all dramatic and whatnot. I was like, oh, okay. We got a little, cute little action here. Reminded me of Waiting to Exhale when Angela Bassett, blew up her husband's car. So he had a cute little walk away scene. But I'm like, all right, Marvin, I'm going to need you to walk a little faster, because the flames are kind of, increasing at an alarming rate. So, he pulls off and starts driving away. Okay. And so we see Lulu. He in the hospital, y'all, not at the morgue. Okay. Not at their funeral home. Okay. He is recovering at the hospital. He's still unconscious, but he looked pretty good considering what the hell he done been through. So we see Rock pacing back and forth. And Jessica, she's trying to be the ride or die chick that she is. And she's by his bedside. She's like, I'm just trying to be here until he wakes up. I haven't washed. I haven't, freshened up. You know what I'm saying? I just want him to know that I am here when he wakes up. And Rock was like, I got it, boo. You can go ahead, take care of yourself. You know what I'm saying? And I'll hold it down until you get back. So when she leaves, we see Symphony, he walking in the door, you know what I'm saying? And Rock was like, not feeling it. I'm like, dang, did I miss something? What did he do? So they go into the hallway, and he was like, I haven't heard from you in a couple of days. You've been ignoring my calls. Kanan told me you was here. He was like, yeah, y'all would know, y'all all, bosom buddies and whatnot. And he was like, well, this is what normal people do. They care about each other, okay? When one goes missing, it's a problem. It's a problem, okay? And Rock was like, well, I guess I'm not normal then, okay? And she, just had this whole monologue about how, they was dreaming and, why would they ever think that they can have this nice little romance, you know what I'm saying? She forgot who she was. And don't get me wrong, I kind of agreed with Rock because I'm like, you in the middle of a war and you trying to have a love affair, okay? You're going to get Symphony hurt. And, her the guard was off. And now that Lulu almost died, she, clicked back into motion. She was like, nah, bruh. Yeah, I'm good. I'm back on my ish. I got to keep myself focused. Okay, so all those sexing, that we've been doing and whatnot, that's clouding my mind. And so Symphony was like, no, I can be here for you, okay? I want you to tell me about all of this you got going on. I can be your confidant. And I'm like, See, those cop vibes went away, but now it kind of creeped up back. And I'm like, why are you trying to get all in Rock business? I mean, I understand you probably want her to confide in you as a mate, but you kind of looking low-key like a cop, Symphony. So what's going on here, okay? So Rock pretty much breaks up with him, and he was like, F you, Rock. And I was like, Rock, no, you can't break up with him. He got information. Of course, she don't know that. We know that as the audience. But I'm like, he got information, Rock. Do not break up with this man right now. But, Symphony, he kind of came through because he was like, when he was walking away, he was like, yeah, tell Marvin Tony can't be trusted, okay? And so, I know Rock got that in her head and whatnot, but I'm like, I'm going to need you to expound a little more, but I'm at least appreciative that he said at least that because he could have not have said anything. So, Stephanie get a point for that, but he get a negative point for being in the business. So, he's just a good 0 right now. So we got to see what's going to happen with Symphony in the future. So, y'all, I really like this next scene, this next little montage of scenes that we are introduced to, okay? So I'm going to call this Operation We Ain't Done Yet With Your Ass, okay? Because we are introduced to 2 dudes, okay? They got the highest of high top fades, you know what I'm saying? Kid and play type fades. Well, really kid, because he was the one who had the fade. But I'm going to call them Belle, Biv, DeVoe, okay? Maybe just Belle and Biv, not DeVoe, because it was just 2 of them, okay? So we see Detective Howard, you know what I'm saying? He's taking a little smoke break at the hospital and whatnot. So he peeps 2 guys coming out of the car looking a little suspect, okay? So he's peeping them out while, smoking his little cig. And so he sees a nurse come out looking all suspicious as well, okay? So he sees them, the nurse hands them a bag. So they looking in the bag, look like some ID badges. I'm like, oh, okay. So we're going to try to kill Lulu, okay? Whew, Lord. Okay, so Detective Howard, he peeping all this. He see the 2 guys, go in. They change clothes because in the bag they had some uniform clothes. And so they're kind of going through the front door. They got their little uniform clothes on and they got some food. Okay, so they looking like, they work there and they're delivering the food. Okay, you get my drift? So we don't see Detective Howard no more. So we see the dudes, they pass security, they pass, the inspection, what really not no inspection. They just, showed them the little badge or whatnot. So they go, they drop the food. They get a little hospital bed and they got the little, silencer situations out because you can't be having no loud gunshots, up in the hospital room. So they were smart on that. They got the silencers and the gun. So they go into the elevator. They're prepping, they're for their little assassination and whatnot. So next thing we see, because, they're looking for their room. They got the little room, I guess, on a little piece of paper. And so they go into the room, ain't nobody up in there, okay? They done moved Lulu because a Detective Howard came through in the clutch, okay? He probably ran upstairs, you know what I'm saying? Or, probably the elevator, I don't know, because, he ain't the healthiest, you know what I'm saying? So he got there before they did, and they was able to move Lulu. And so they looking like, dang, what the hell's going on? They turn around, and Detective Howard was like, you know what? Freeze, Negroes, okay? Y'all under arrest. Drop the guns, okay? So we got Howard and some backup. So they got dudes in handcuffs. They got the nurse in handcuffs, which I was very happy to say that, because I was effed up. And that's probably why they have all these laws of confidentiality in hospitals, especially when it comes to the gang units and all that stuff, because people would do that. You know what I'm saying? So that was cute. That was cute. Nice try, Unique. Nice try. So, Rock, she didn't really seem too grateful what Howard did. Like, she still had a little attitude. I'm like, girl, he just saved your brother life. Like, I'm gonna need you to cut this man some slack. But I can just tell she really got some hate in her heart. For Howard. You know what I'm saying? It's like nothing he can do that will make her cool with him. So he was like, yeah, time's ticking, hun. I'm going to need to see my son. Okay, I'm going to need to see my seed ASAP pronto. You know what I'm saying? Not ASAP Rocky, ASAP Ferg, ASAP pronto. Okay, because I need to meet him. I need to meet up with him. And he kind of gave her no choice. Like, hey, I'm going to arrest my boy. I love him, but I'm going to arrest my boy if I don't get a little meet up with him. So you could tell her wheels is turning like, all right. We going to set it up. So at the police department, we see Nicole's parents talking to Detective Burke. I'm like, oh, hell, this is going to be a problem. Okay. So, of course, Nicole's mom is just she's her usual self, high strung, doing way too much on the Karen tip. Okay. And she is telling Burke like, hey, I was told that you was the one who let Jukebox go. She killed my daughter. Okay. She killed my child. How is she free? I'm not doing too well with the Karen impersonation because I'm not a Karen, but you get my drift on how she was. And so the dad was calm and he was, kind of taking up for Jukebox, because the mom was like, my daughter's never done drugs. She was innocent. And he was like, we don't know that to be true. And so they're going back and forth. So I'm like, yeah, a divorce is definitely in the midst for them because he's going to get tired of her antics and whatnot. Okay. And so Detective Burke, she's kind of, peeping game and noticing, hey, the dad is, not too sure, but the mom is very sure. And the parents, the mom was kind of threatening, like, hey, we have people in high places. Okay. We are Republicans. Okay. We can get ish done, okay? She didn't say Republicans, but we know what they are, okay? So, Detective Burke, she's definitely trying to low-key to pick up, not pick up, but stick up for Jukebox, but nonchalantly, whatever. But the mom, she's not hearing it, and she's low-key, kind of threatening Burke and the police department. So I do feel like it can get very messy if we don't nip this in the bud. So I don't know what's about to happen with this situation, but the mama want blood, okay? She want consequences and repercussions, okay? So I don't know what's about to happen, but yeah, they're not going to go away quietly, okay? So we see Jukebox Lord. She's at the cemetery visiting her boo. And she's looking at the note that Nicole left her. I don't think she opened it yet. She probably doesn't really want to. It's probably too heartbreaking. She probably don't even want to see it because technically that was her last words to Jukebox. So we see, Detective Burke. She rolling up and, of course, trying to relate. And she tells, the story about her first girlfriend. So she's trying to connect and whatnot, all that psychological issue. But I do feel like Burke is sincere. But at the same time, she needs answers, okay? She's tired of this family, okay? They are tied into many of the cases that they are, pretty much investigating. So, yeah, she's trying to get information. Lord, I cannot talk today, y'all. What is going on? She's trying to get information from Juke. So she offers to get some Italian ices. And I'm like, oh, I remember as a kid, growing up in Harlem was the best, y'all. Like, just hearing the icy man. his little ringing. And I used to get the coconut or the cherry because, as a kid, that was big decisions in life, okay? Your mom would give you like $2, $3 for the day. I would get either a little pizza slice. I would go to the bodega and get me a quarter water, a hug juice, whatever you may call it in your area. You would get you some chips, some little 5-cent candy, an ice cream cone. $3 will last you probably for 2 days if was budgeting and whatnot in the summers of Harlem. But I digress. So once Burke and Juke, they get their little icy or whatever, and, Burke started to press them questions kind of hard, and Juke, she kind of low-key thug, She's like, nah, bruh, I ain't got no answers for you, and I'm going to need you to stop stalking me, stop following me, okay, big brother, because I am tired. I'm not getting into this with you. I'm not releasing any information that's going to get me or my family caught up. She didn't say that, but that's pretty much what she is saying. Because Burke was like, come on, give me something. Throw me a bone. Help me, please. Help me, please. You know what I'm saying? Help me, please. Like, I need something. She's desperate because Jukebox is all she really has as an ally / possible, CI. So she's trying her damnedest, okay? So Kanan, he comes into the hospital room and, Rock was pretty much briefing him on what had happened, what Operation I'm Gonna F You Up, okay? I know I done changed the name, but the situation with Belle Biv and No DeVoe. So he was like, dang, for real? Like, for real? What's going on here? So Rock was like, we haven't had a talk since, I smacked your ass up. And so Kanan was pretty much like, I need to help Lulu. I need to help you, Mom. Put me in the game, Coach. I'm ready. I'm about this life. And Rock, even though she don't want her son to be in the game, they really down out here in these streets, okay? Unique is deep out here in these streets. They need all the soldiers they can get. So she kind of looking like, dang, all right, I may have to do this. I need to soldier my man, my little man up, whatever. So we see this. Oh, I love this scene, y'all. I love this scene. One of my favorite scenes, okay? So Rock, she's sitting at the little hospital chapel or whatnot. So Marvin comes in, and I'm like, oh, the family back together again. Yes. Well, of course, they had to, have some conversations, okay? Because, he pretty much was telling her, yeah, Neek's car is actually really bulletproof, you know what I'm saying? And so she's like, she was like, I need you to calm down. I told you to stand down. Why are you going at Neek so early? I need to strategize what I need to do. He was like, yo, I'm a freelance agent up in here, okay? You dropped me, okay? So I can do whatever I want. You know what I'm saying? I'm defending my family. And that is numero uno, okay? And so Rock was like, I want you back. I want you back, Marvin. I need you, okay? And so he was like, I gotta get my shit off, okay? I need to express how I'm feeling, okay? He told Rock, yo, you are better than me at this ish. You know what I'm saying? You see things I don't see. You are better. You are a better boss. But as a man and as your big bro, it don't feel right. It don't feel good to take orders from you. And I was like, oh, this is the cutest conversation. This is the conversation I needed to hear all season, okay? So they both know how each other feel. This is all we need is communication. I'm just like, yes, this is the best therapy moment, okay? It's in a church and whatnot, even though we about to talk about drugs and killing and whatnot. It was still cute, y'all. I was so happy. We didn't need no therapist or whatnot. We didn't need no family counselor. They handled it on their own, okay? So Marvin was like, okay, what's next? And Rock was like, the revolution, okay? I'm so hyped, y'all. So they do a cute little fist bump, you know what I'm saying? They both mentioned like, hey, I would die for you. And, I was like, oh my God, I really wanted a hug, y'all. I really want them to hug it out, but I know that would have been cheesy, whatever, but I wanted a hug, but that was, I guess, their version of a hug. So I'm like, I'll take the little fist bump and whatnot. So Detective Omar Epps / Detective Howard, he back at the doctor's office, and he seems pretty, in good spirits, even though he looked bad as fuck. So he's telling the doctor, hey, I'm meeting with him tonight for the first time, my son. And she was like, oh, it has been confirmed that you have a son. He was like, yeah, I can't wait. I'm excited. The mom, she ain't too easy to deal with, but, we'll figure it out. And she was like, well, I'm going to need you to kind of get this situation going as soon as possible because, you ain't got long, bruh. Okay. So I think we should pay very much attention in terms of his conversation with the doctor, because I think it will come into play in the future, because now she knows that he told her that he has a son he's just now meeting. So I feel like if he dies, okay, because we see in the trailer that he is not possibly dead, okay, kind of moving ahead, but I do feel like Detective Burke and the doctor is going to have a scene together, and they're going to put 2 and 2 together and realize Kanan is his father, okay, because the doctor knows, one, he has a son. He hasn't met before. And Detective Burke is always curious as why, Howard is so interested in Kanan. So, yeah, I think that's going to be a link. And it may be an issue that the doctor knows this information, okay? Mark my words. So we see Jukebox. She visits Uncle Lulu at the hospital. And, Rock, she gives her a hug. She's like, I heard about your girlfriend. Yeah, give me a hug, boo-boo. So they share a nice little moment. So Jessica's there too. So Juke was like, I need to talk to you, okay? So they go into a different room. And Jukebox tells Rock, like, hey, this white detective lady has been questioning about these blue tops, about, Buck 20 and D-Wiz. And Rock, she's all confident because she thinks she has, Howard in her back pocket. She was like, that's not going to go anywhere. Don't worry about that. And so Rock tells, Jukebox, hey, it seems like the cops like you. She was like, I ain't friends with no police. But Rock was like, hey, it's good to have cops as friends, okay? So I think we're just seeing little things here and there, that's turning in Jukebox's head about this whole cop business, okay? So we at Robin's house. That's Laura Robin's house. Marvin's house. And him and Kanan, they prepping for the war, okay? Kanan, he, is sawing off the the serial numbers off of the guns that they would be using, okay? All the tools that they are going to be using. So they got Smokey Robinson playing in the background. Marvin, he vibing, but Kanan was like, nah, bro, I need to hear something else, it's a Rum DMC. Something with some bass, some Mob Deep or whatnot, because this ain't working. I ain't trying to be out here in these streets with this song in my head. And I am noting that Marvin, he's been drinking the past couple of episodes, and I'm kind of taking mental note of that. He's always, at home taking a little drink. I don't think I saw him take a drink in the beginning of the season, so I'm hoping you're not picking up another habit, Marvin. Please, we ain't got time. We in war. We need to be alert, okay? Jesus. So Kanan offers to go to Jukebox's room to get some updated music, okay? A different genre, if you will. And so Marvin's like, nah, I'll go ahead. I'll go ahead and find a nice little tape for us to listen to. So he's not finding anything. And so he decides, okay, since I'm in Juke's room, I need to go snooping. I haven't been snooping in a while because I have been busy saving my brother, okay? And shooting at niggas, okay? So he notices one of her drawers is not opening. He was like, this ain't right. Next thing we see, he pops open the drawer and he sees, some pictures of Juke and Nicole kissing and a VHS tape. So he pops in the tape and he sees them singing, 2 occasions to each other. So he's putting 2 and 2 and 2 and 2 and 2 together. And he's getting 10, 12, 14. Okay. So he is, mathing it up. I'm like, oh, my daughter's a lesbian. So you could tell he ain't feeling right. Like, this is bothering his spirit. So Kanan comes in the room asking Marvin all these questions about the guns. He was like, nigga, whatever, just go. So Kanan leaves. And then we see, Jukebox enters her room eventually, okay? And her room is effed up. Like, Marvin tore it up like a nice old robbery situation. So he's sitting on her little, her little chair or whatnot. And, they have, a conversation, and he pretty much like, oh, you a lesbian now and whatnot? Like, what's going on? And so they go back and forth, and y'all, they come to this like explosive scene. Like she spits in Marvin's face. He chokes her up. Like he slaps her. And it was a whole lot, y'all. I don't even want to get into details because I am getting PTSD, okay? It low-key gave me a Tommy and Holly scene. Like, I'm like, is he about to kill her? What's going on? Of course, this scene is very much more different and very much more deeper. But I'm like, I'm not ready for another scene like this. Of course, we know Jukebox is not going to die. But I'm like, Marvin, Daddy, Pops, what are you doing? What are you doing? And, Jukebox, she low-key came in disrespect, but Marvin came in, low-key disrespectful. And Ju got a lot going on, okay? Her boo just died, okay? And Marvin didn't give a F because she told him. And, Marvin has his principles and whatnot, and he wasn't having it. And so, she eventually ends up kind of leaving the room, and he was calling out her name, and it was too late, you know what I'm saying? And Marvin, you could tell he was having this inner turmoil because he's like, this person is disrespecting me. Oh, but this person is my child. But it's so much dysfunction going on, y'all. And you could tell Marvin at the end, he felt bad, but he couldn't really go back. It was so sad, y'all. Like, I would not have imagined that this would happen. This is one of the shock values of today's episode because I did not see this coming at all. Maybe I should have because they've, had a weird ass relationship, but I didn't know it would become physical. I didn't know it was physical. Like, oh God. So where is she going to live at now? She going to move in with Rock and Kanan? She going to be with Detective Burke? Like, as her little, adoptee? Like, what's going on? What's going to happen? I'm stressed out, y'all. I need something to drink. So back at the police station, we see Burke. She over there looking at Buck 20's pictures and just trying to, investigate. So Howard peeps and like, yo, what's going on here? And she was like, well, I've been talking to Laverne and, I'm just trying to gather some information. And, Howard was like, yo, bro, I told you to leave that alone, okay? And she was like, what's going on? What's this connection with you and this family? Why do you care so deeply, so much? You know what I'm saying? So, she's going to have this, in her head as well. Like, So Howard, he ain't trying to explain too much of his business, okay, about his little Maury situation. So he was like, F this. I can't trust you. So you're fired, okay? You are the weakest link, okay? I need to drop you like a bad habit. So yeah, she fired as his, partner, whatever. And he was like, I'm going to tell our boss. So he goes and, runs and, tell his boss and whatnot. So this is going to be interesting, okay? So Rock and Kanan, they're in this like abandoned warehouse situation, okay? And they are having an advanced shooting lesson, okay? They had the, preliminary, y'all. I need to chill the F out. I got so many things to do today, so I'm trying to get this video out, okay? So they had the little, preliminary gun lesson at the beach, you know what I'm saying? Episode 1, 2, or 3 or whatnot. So this is the advanced level, okay? So she is telling him, making sure he know how to shoot. You know what I'm saying? And she's actually giving gun lessons, y'all. She's telling the difference between, automatic weapons and, all these type of things. I'm like, oh, I'm learning some things, okay? I am learning some things about the guns, all right? And she was like, yo, I need you to kill a man for me, okay? And Kanan's looking like, ooh, for real? So, yeah, y'all, it was a little eerie because, they have Rock giving this speech to Kanan. And then we flip over and we're seeing Unique. He's having a Black Panther rally, if you will, okay? He has, found all these dudes, it's about 20, 30 of them, okay? And they are, at this little abandoned or little garage or whatever, and he's telling him like, yo, we in a war, okay? Anybody who is down with Rock, got to go, okay? We don't care if it's babies, grandmamas, uncles, sister-in-laws, they got to go, okay? And they're like, yeah. I'm like, oh my God, like this is interesting, okay? Because they are deep, okay? Rock got like a handful of people, okay? This is not going to match up well, okay? And the music in these two scenes, they're like very racy. You know, my blood pressure was very, very high. Okay. So yeah, Unique, I don't know. I can't say he probably kind of overacted a little bit, but he was like, they got to go. You know what I'm saying? They gotta die. You know what I'm saying? You know, they shot at his seat. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, he's very emotional, but I'm like, Unique. Yeah. They've been getting, you've been getting at them all season or whatnot, okay? So, but I think this is the first time we got real, because they was like, dang, like, this is my son here. He almost died, okay? So, yeah. So, we are now seeing this war come head to head. So, back at the hospital, you know what I'm saying? It's nighttime, and Jess, you know, she's sleeping, you know what I'm saying, at Lulu's bedside. So, Lulu, he wakes up, y'all. He wakes up. Oh, my God. I'm like, I shed a couple thug tears. I'm like, yes, Lulu, come through. Come through with the consciousness. Okay, come through. So, you know, of course, this is going to mean a number of different things and can go a number of different ways because, you know, she is there by his bedside as he woke up, which is what her goal was. And so he's asking, like, where is everybody at? And yeah, that was definitely some foreshadowing. I feel like this is possibly something that he's going to take note of and may, you know, he may strain away from the family. But I'm like, Lulu. Now, when we get the story out, you know, I'm not sure how much you remember, bruh, but Marvin rescued you, okay? And if you know your family, you would know that they out getting paid back, okay? They are out there getting what Unique, you know, Unique, he has to die, you know what I'm saying? So, you know, it was kind of understandable, you know, him being, you know, hey, where's my family? Nobody gave a fuck about me. But at the end of the day, your family saved you. And they're trying to get payback for you, but also your family pulled you into a game. So that's, you know, what comes first, the chicken or the egg situation. But it's kind of ironic because his family, you know, been there all up and through. You know what I'm saying? Everybody's been there at one point or another. He was just asleep because, mind you, he was supposed to wake up, you know what I'm saying, a few days ago. But yeah, this may draw him closer to Jessica because, quote unquote, she will probably be his ride or die or whatnot. So we're going to see how this plays out with Lulu. So yeah, I don't know how I feel about this. I'm going to just say this right here, right now. Okay. So Jukebox, she meets Detective Burke across the street from the station. So they, you know, she's like, I got some intel for you. So they go under this bridge. Of course, everybody meeting up under the bridge. That's supposed to be the incognito, you know, method. Okay. So they're in a car and she was like, yo, I'm going to need you to watch your back because, you know, you are in danger. Okay, the police are in danger. And so Burke was like, why are you telling me this? And Juke was like, I don't want anybody else to get hurt, okay? Because Juke is just tired, okay? She physically is effed up. Her lip busted. Her eye is black. You know what I'm saying? Emotionally, she's effed up. She is just tired, man. She is having the worst week, month ever. Like, I feel so bad for Juke. Like, dang, like this girl just don't have no luck. And I feel bad because she truly is a good kid. You know what I'm saying? Like, she truly is a good kid at heart. And she just in some circumstances that just ends up effing her up in the future, y'all. It's crazy. And yeah, I just recalled in the scene, Jukebox specifically said Unique is going to hit back at the police, y'all. So this is very important because now Detective Burke have intel like, oh, Unique is coming at us. And then we're going to see in the future scene that we just going to see on the play, y'all. Like, you know what I'm saying? If you know where I'm going, I'm so excited because Unique may be going to jail, okay? Because I love Unique in a sense. Because, you know what I'm saying, he brings flair. Like, he really should be from Harlem, you know what I'm saying? Because Harlem, you know, has the style and, you know, just the personality and whatnot. I mean, I don't know people from Queens like that, so they probably do. But he fits more of the typical Harlem Negro. You know what I'm saying? But I enjoy Unique, but he gotta go. He's just threatening us and whatnot, and he just gotta go. Okay. But I like it. I feel like Rock's plan is coming to action because I'm like, is Jukebox telling Detective Burke something that Rock told her to do? Like, I don't know, y'all. It's gonna all come together very nicely, okay? So now we see Rock. She at the church, y'all. She is at the church. It looked like it's nighttime, so it may be, revival and whatnot. She got on this cute little red dress, and I know it was very symbolic. Like, oh, okay, you're the devil in the church house and whatnot. But she looked very uncomfortable, okay? She looked more, just very out of place. You know what I'm saying? Like, she wasn't singing along or nothing. She just very still. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, oh my gosh, she looked more nervous than the hooker in church. Like, why are you looking like this, Rock? Like, I'm getting all type of cringy vibes, So, they're at the basement, after church and whatnot, and how they have the food. Ooh, I ain't gonna lie, they always have some good potato salad or some good macaroni salad in the church basements, y'all. Like, I peep game, okay? But we come to find out she starts talking to this older woman, and it turns out to be her mammy, y'all. So we are introduced to the mammy, the grandma, the so-called patriarch, but she's really not no patriarch because she probably don't give two F's about her children and her grandchildren, okay? Because we realized in the previous scene with Rock and Marvin, it seems like, the parents possibly was on drugs or whatnot. So yeah, this is a very interesting dynamic. And Marvin also mentioned that he took care of Rock and Lulu. So yeah, it's a lot going on, but yeah, she seems like one of those Bible thumping, I never did nothing wrong type of people. Cause Rock was like, you ever figured out, why I turned out the way I turned out? And of course the mom is not taking any responsibility. So yeah, they really need some therapy, y'all, but this is probably beyond therapy and beyond fixing. Okay. But I really thought at first that Rock was in this church to be an alibi, you know what I'm saying? Because she's around people. She got on this dress. So, she's out here in these streets. She's very visible. So this situation may be twofold. She may have come to her mom to get some clarity, some type of closure. I don't know if she's feeling near death or what. But I think, this is a multi-purpose trip to the church. Okay. Yeah, for some reason, I think we're going to see more of the mother in the future. I don't like her. Like, she's not giving me grandma cookie vibes or nothing. Like, I ain't feeling her. Like, I wish the way the scene went, I just wanted Rock to snatch the wig off of her mama hair, her mama's head, because yeah, I ain't gonna like her, y'all. But I think she may be useful in the future. So we see Marvin, he's, down the street, on the block, and he's passing the gas to the people on the corners because Rock told, Marvin to get the people to tool up because Unique is coming. We need to be out on these corners. And I'm like, I don't really understand this because I'm like, we're trying to make sure we don't lose anybody. So we out here vulnerable out here in these streets. Like, I don't understand like how this makes sense. So I'm gonna just go with the flow, okay? But Marvin, he's in a nice little Porsche, okay? He done stepped up. He was like, you know what? I ain't got no luck with the Benzes, okay? I ain't got no luck. So I'm gonna go ahead and switch to a new make and model, okay? So yeah, he's out there, getting the troops together. And yeah, this is gonna be interesting, y'all. So y'all, Kanan, he's, out here in these streets, you know what I'm saying? The projects or park or whatnot. And he has a little, grocery bag in his hand. So I'm like, what is going on here? Are you running errands? Whatever. So he goes and, to a little corner or whatnot. And he takes out Unique's jacket out of this bag. So I'm like, oh, okay. So he puts the jacket on. I'm like, okay, it's set up time. It's set up time. So yeah, he is actually meeting Howard. You know what I'm saying? Because he looks surprised when, Howard turns around at the little meeting spot because, of course, Howard, gave the date and time and whatnot of this meeting. So Kanan didn't know what was going on because Rock just told him, hey, I need you to kill a man. She didn't say who, what, when, where, how, and why. Okay. So, he was, giving this little speech about, I've been thinking about this moment all day and blah, blah, blah. So Kanan just looking confused, like, what's going on? Because he knows, Howard is a cop. So he's like, dang, I'm about to kill a cop. Lord, I'm going to catch a body. Okay. So, he kind of interrupts his monologue and says, hey, that jacket, that's not yours. You know what I'm saying? Because we saw in, several episodes ago that Howard went to Unique's, little spot or whatever and saw the jacket being custom made, and Unique said, hey, it's only one of these jackets in the world. So he really understood, okay, this is not his jacket, this is Unique's jacket. So his cop wheels was turning like, okay, something ain't right. So next thing we see is Kanan, he pull out the piece. He shoots Howard, looks like near the Hort. And so, we see Howard spitting up blood, like, ugh. And then, he, of course, 50 Cent narrating and whatnot. And, there's another shot is released. We can't see where the shot went. Okay, it was the TV magic. So it's like, okay, well, Rock told you to hit somebody twice in the Hort. And, once in the head. I don't know if it was either or whatnot, or all three. I don't really know. The math, I don't know what was going on. I didn't know. I needed further instructions, okay? So I don't know if Kanan went ahead and paid attention. But yeah, in the trailer for next episode, we see that Howard is in the hospital being rolled, look like possibly to the operating room or whatnot. So apparently there is still some hope, but I'm thinking, if he doesn't die, he already has a precondition situation going on with, leukemia. So that really may hinder him of, surviving these gunshot wounds. Yeah, y'all, it's a lot, Rock pretty much told Kanan to kill his pappy. And I don't think she told him he was his pappy. Because I think if she told him it was his pappy, it would have been harder for him to execute the situation, okay? So who knows if he would ever find out what had happened. I think he will. But y'all, it was a lot. Like, this episode was crazy. Shout out to Rock. She did her thing with the acting. I loved her little chain belt that she wore in the episode. And big shout out to Marvin and Jukebox. Those actors and actresses, they did their thing. Like, bravo. Like, that scene with them going back and forth with the physicality, that was a lot. Like, I know, like, after that scene, they had to decompress, okay? They probably had to watch some cartoons, have some therapy sessions. They probably had to do a lot for that scene, because I know it took a lot mentally. And as an actor or actress, I know that they probably had to do a lot to just to get out of that moment, y'all. Like, it was crazy. And we have one episode left. Oh my God, it went by so fast. I'm not ready for it to be done. And I hope they don't wait a whole nother year to give us another episode, another season. I'm sure they will. But y'all, and I understand why they got picked up for a season 2 before season 1 release, because this show is awesome. Like, this is probably the only show I really watch on a weekly basis, like appointment TV. Like, I have to be in front of my TV on Saturday at midnight, okay? Really technically Sunday, but y'all know what I mean. But if you guys are still listening, please comment, like, subscribe. I really appreciate you guys listening to my content, my point of view. I hope you guys have a great week, and I will see you guys till the next one. Bye-bye.